Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the transit of Mars. Mars is going to be going retrograde pretty soon this year, and it's going to be spending a lot more time in the signs of Gemini and Cancer. But for right now, I want to give you the lowdown of what Mars does mean for all of us. As a trigger, as a source of energy, what is Mars going to be manifesting in our lives and in this world while it's in the sign of Gemini? Now, Mars is going to be in the sign of Gemini from August 28th till October 20th. Now, it's slowing down at this point. And remember, just so that you know, it's going to retrograde and it's going to go back into Gemini, but this is not going to be till January 20th, and it's going to stay there till April 2nd. So January 20th till April 2nd of 2025, as well as right now it's going to be going in to the sign of Gemini, August 28th till October 20th. Now, let me start to tell you what this means. But before I do, I want to remind everyone to sign up for my free newsletter. Go to galacticcenter.org. While you're there, check out my Patreon page. This is where you can become part of our spiritual community. And also remember my galactic planner. It is about to expire, so the Galactic Planner is where you can figure out all of your aspects, everything you need to know about your own individual chart. And it will be delivered into your calendar, on your phone, anywhere in your computer if you want it. And this will give you the guidance of the stars. We are offering a free month, and you can just try it for that month, see if you like it. And remember, it's about to expire though. If you wanted to try it for free, better get going now because it's about to expire. Now, one last thing I want to remind everyone, I am starting my new astrology semester 1. If you've always wanted to learn Vedic astrology, now's the time. Become my student. So moving on, I've got to start telling you how Mars is going to be for this month. And, first of all, let's talk about Mars as it leaves the sign of Taurus. It has caused so many problems being in Taurus because you've heard me talk about the Pleiades, the fixed stars that are there. It's really created a lot of problems. And before it leaves this sign, I think it's got some more problems to deliver. And most importantly, if we're looking at politics, and I know we don't really want to, but we're forced to, Donald Trump's in trouble again. I don't know if it's an attack or it's a verbal attack, but Mars is about to cross over his sun, oppose his moon, and cross over his Rahu and Ketu all around the same time. He was born during a lunar eclipse where the sun and the moon are opposed one another with Rahu and Ketu. So let me just give you this time between August 21st and August 25th. Mars is going to first cross over his Rahu, then oppose his moon, and cross over his sun between those dates. So he is in danger from August 21st to August 25th. There's some issues around problems for Trump. This is serious. And then we have Mars by August 28th go into Gemini now. And when it goes into Gemini, it's going to then be crossing over Kamala Harris's ascendant and Rahu. So then she takes the heat and something serious happens. And this affects Kamala around August 26th through the 29th. And remember, Mars will cross over into Gemini August 28th. So I'm just giving it a leeway of a few degrees there. But this is serious stuff. I question why first Trump gets hit and then she gets hit. Maybe it's something that they're doing with their debates or something. I hope it's just as simple as that. That's what I hope for, because Mars is dangerous. Mars can deal with weapons, and Mars is anger and violence and war. So we don't need this to be happening to these two people at this time. But let's continue on and let me give you the rest of what Mars in Gemini is about to bring. Because as it goes into Gemini on the 28th of August, it's going to be in the nakshatra called Mrigashira. And that nakshatra is ruled by Mars. So this makes Mars more powerful, more intense, and actually makes it more violent. And while it's there, but let me tell you another thing that's very interesting. As it does go into Gemini and it's in Mrigashira, Gemini is all about communications. It's all about speaking, writing, the internet even, telephones, any way that information comes across to us. So guess what? This is the media. And let me just say, Mars there, the media is under attack. I don't know if they're being attacked. It could even be something dealing with other countries attacking and getting into our media. Could be a breakdown completely of our media and internet and attacks on it. But as we well know, the media is so biased right now, no matter what side you're listening to, and most of it is opinions and propaganda. So you've got to be really careful what you're listening to and what you're taking in during this time while Mars is in Gemini and in the nakshatra Mrigashira. So I want to say violent communications are going on. It's really a problem and a breakdown of computers, internet, all of this. Mars is attacks. So cyber attacks is what I'm seeing. Mars will be in the nakshatra of Mrigashira till September 6th. And then in September 6th, it's going to go into the nakshatra called Ardra. And you've probably heard me say Ardra the symbol is a teardrop. And Ardra is ruled by Rahu, so it is an intense and very difficult nakshatra. And Mars will be in Ardra from September 6th till September 29th. And this means Mars is going to stir up more storms, literal storms, such as floods and storms everywhere, because Ardra is ruled by the storm god, which is called Rudra, and the howling winds. So there's just like storms and hurricanes, and things are brewing and really hitting the coast. Be aware. Get ready. This will be a serious storm season during this time. This is hurricane season. And even typhoons around the world, the floods, the storms are really intensifying. And this can be figuratively too. The storms are happening. People are angry. People are very angry about how the communications are going. Mars is in Gemini, how we communicate. This is so violent. And words can be nasty, the way people use things, and hurtful. So this can even take effect in your own life. Be careful, choose your words, and communicate clearly during this time. So by September 29th, when Mars leaves the nakshatra that is so intense and difficult, Ardra, it's going to go into the nakshatra September 29th called Purnavasu. Purnavasu means return of the light. And I think it's so interesting the way this nakshatra follows the storm god, the storm of Ardra. So it means after the storms comes the sun, a sunny day after the heavy, heavy rains. The sun breaking through the sky, the return of the light. So this can be a little hope, a little peace from all the storms and the violence that Mars is going to conjure up. And I think Mars being in Ardra can be very violent. So we're looking at wars breaking out everywhere. We're looking at Iran, we're looking at Israel. I mean, this is going to really, really start to rev up, increase, and I'll tell you why. Because when Mars starts to go retrograde, this won't be till December 7th, or yes, it's going to be around 12 degrees of Cancer. And when Mars is in Cancer, this is the critical place of so much being revealed and being exposed, and it's going to be tough. But the government, everything, exposure is about to happen, and the economy, things are going to really take a nosedive with Mars being in Cancer, because I noted it's in the 8th house of the United States chart. And Mars will be coming across the United States, Mercury and Rahu in the 8th house of corruption, big money. I mean, there's so much that's about to come out. The truth is really going to be exposed, and it's going to be dirty and it's going to be nasty. Now, Mars will then go back and it will go into Gemini. And when it goes back into Gemini, it's going to be January 20th. You're going to hear me talk about this over and over because this is crucial that you understand this. Because by January 24th, around that time, give or take a day, Mars is going to start to station around 22 degrees of Gemini. And that's crucial for the United States. It's going to conjunct the U.S. Sun, which represents the leader. And this means a crisis is going to happen for the leadership in the United States. It's going to be, and it's right around the time of inauguration. This is serious stuff going on. And then Mars will be in Gemini all the way from January 20th till April 2nd. And let me remind everyone, in the United States chart, there are 4 planets in Gemini. So when Mars crosses over going forward, and that will be from August 28th through October 20th, it's going to really cause some issues and problems with leadership in the United States chart. But then when it goes back between January 20th till April 2nd in Gemini, and specifically in February, look out, there is some major problems coming for the presidency of the United States. So with that, I think I'll close. There is a lot to be considered when you're looking at the cycle and transit of Mars, especially when it goes retrograde. So with that, I'll close. As I said before, remember, if you'd like to learn more about me, if you want a reading, you want to join Patreon, sign up for my free newsletter, go to galacticcenter.org, and remember, get going with my Galactic Planner. You're going to love it. Sign up, get it while it's free. And if you want to study with me. But the Galactic Planner, first of all, is galacticplanner.com, very simple. And if you want to study with me, go to the university. We're starting now, the semester 1. So go to universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.